Coming up on Sporting Dog Adventures, we travel to Huron, South Dakota for a pheasant hunt. It's late season, there's lots of snow, and the conditions are tough. But the dogs of Soggy Acres take charge and put the birds in the air. Stay tuned for more high-flying, big rooster flushing action coming up.
Sporting Dog Adventures, run boy run. Everything you need is here under the sun. Everything you need is here under the sun.
Welcome to the Sporting Dog Adventures channel. Please like our video and subscribe so you catch our 3 new videos weekly. We're back in Huron, South Dakota to hunt with the Department of Tourism, this time for pheasants. This region of the state coins itself the Ringneck Nation. The dogs and I were filled with anticipation to see if this area lived up to its title. This was a classic South Dakota hunt. We had cornfields, sorghum, shelter belts, fence lines, wetland, and switchgrass. All the cover that you could possibly imagine on our upcoming hunt. Once you start doing these wild hunts, it's hard because you can actually close a car door and the birds will start boiling out of the field. So once it's time to go and you actually hit the field, you just got to move. Get the dogs, keep them under control. And what we're doing now is we're hunting this down into a pinch point. We've got a fence row behind us that we started on, and we're going to hunt this with the cover into a pinch point through some wetland type area. And there should be a couple of birds holding in it. We've got a bunch of dogs too, so it should be fun. Rooster out front! Crap, crap, crap. They're all going straight ahead. Our strategy for this day was to hunt smaller pieces of cover because we only had 2 blockers that we could dedicate to the end of the field. In an area like South Dakota, you have to have blockers because the birds try to stay on the ground until they reach the end of the field. Having blockers pushes the birds back into the cover so the dogs can flush them in gun range.
Nice shot. Good shot.
When we reached the end of the field, our pheasant assault vehicle was there waiting for us. We could load up and quickly head to the next spot for the hunt. Hunting pheasants in these big grassland areas required a lot of strategy. You first had to know where the birds were, and then you had to know where they wanted to go.
The ground, the way it is right now, there's a lot of exposed food. So they go out, they run out, fill their gullet up, and run back into heavier cover. We've got 3 different tree strips that are got 5 rows of cedars in them, and they love being under the cedars.
Yeah, I bet.
So we're going to go near one of those next. We're not going to hunt that. We're going to hunt some grass right beside it, and you'll see that they like to be in the heavy cover in the cedars.
There goes a rabbit out the side over here.
Is it a rabbit?
I think so. Maybe there's something.
Nope.
Oh, there's a hen.
And here.
A rabbit did come out.
It was a double, a rabbit
Yeah,
and
I saw
a hen.
that. Good boy, Jake.
These conditions were really hard on the dogs. The snow and ice was tough on their feet. It required that you constantly monitored their health. On occasion, we had to switch dogs out that needed medical assistance. We're going to have to put Dixie up. See, they've got real abrasive snow here, so a cutter pad. I put some EMT gel on it. We're going to put a little bit of keep gel on it. Probably watch it to make sure it doesn't get infected, but her hunt is officially done for the day because of that cut. It's just really hard on them. You got to monitor your dog. You got to watch the snow conditions on the snow, and you got to watch how it affects them. The rest of her feet are okay, but that one's just tore up. So old Dix is gonna get put away from now. Come here, baby. Yeah, you're all right. Come on. To say we struggled the first day was an understatement. These conditions tested both the 2- and 4-legged hunters. Even in the midst of cold, the stark beauty of the winter landscape was undeniable. That's where a bird actually took off from right there. That is really cool. You can see where their wings took out in the snow. It's a pheasant angel in the snow. There you go. So we struggled on the first part of this hunt, and the birds might have gotten the better of us. But I can assure you that when we come back after the break, the dogs and hunters will turn the tables. This training tip is brought to you by Conquest Scent Sticks.
Hi, Chad Hines of Willow Creek Kennels here on behalf of DT Systems, and today, this session, we're going to work with the bumper launcher and incorporating that into your pointing dog training. We're simply going to whoa our dog up. We're going to walk out a little ways, act like we're flushing a bird if you want to, but you have your dog whoa, essentially he's pointing, I walk in, flush a bird, and have him pick it up. They love this little game. The speed it comes out of there really fires them up. They like the sound of the gunshot. Be sure that you condition your dog properly to the gun first. That's very important. Now I simulated a pretty low shot there. Another thing I could do is simulate a higher shot. Maybe a woodcock or let's say a grouse comes up kind of high, gets at the treetops and moves through. I can walk out front. Whoa. And I can fire a high shot. So the first one was low, quick. This one was high, fast. He lost it in the trees. It came down. He made the mark. So we're adding difficulty to our marks. We're adding speed, and we're also adding distance if we want to. It also allows you to train by yourself. You can get out by yourself. You can make these marks. You can add a lot of distance, a lot of speed to them, simulate different birds. It's a great tool. I pretty much don't go anywhere without it. And that's this week's training tip. Now let's head back to the hunt. Heel.
Back in here in South Dakota, we continued hitting the fields. At one point, our pheasant assault vehicle hit a challenging snowdrift. So it was time to unload and start pushing.
Rock it back a little. Boy, she's not moving.
Go, short bus!
Oh yeah. Piece of cake. Hamburger cake. Come on.
Got that one. Pickett put that up. I saw him working. We talked about read your dog, and that was reading your dog. I saw Pickett get hot, and sure enough, bird came up. So that was very nice.
Hen! Find the bird ball.
It turned out that sorghum was the cover of choice for today. The dog started flushing bird after bird, and then all at once, it seemed like the skies opened up.
Nice shot.
Another one. Look at them all. Holy sh! Rooster, rooster! There's a rooster coming at you, Dad.
Here, hold, drop. Hold.
Drop.
Due to the mass exodus of pheasants, we had a lot of shots and several birds on the ground. This gave Pickett some work to do after the cover was all flushed out.
Good boy. Here. Good dog.
Come here, hold. Look at the tail feathers. That is cool. That's what you call a wild South Dakota rooster. Classic South Dakota. We were out for a couple hours today. Didn't see a whole lot of birds. We got into the last field in about 10 minutes. I got my 3 birds and we're done for the day. It was honestly the last field we were gonna run, or I'd run dogs for the guys, but I got my limit in the last little push here. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 3 birds. South Dakota, Huron region. Hope you guys are enjoying the show so far. Stay tuned for more high-flying adventures after this.
And now it's time for this week's Kids Corner.
Hey, welcome to this week's Kids Corner. I'm with Jim Haggerty from the High Vis Pro staff. Jim, we've got your youth shooting group here. Tell me a little bit about it.
We sure do, Jeff, and we're really excited about this. This is the Illinois State Junior Pistol Team. What we do is we look for good shooters. We look for young adults that have some basic pistol skills, semi-automatic pistol. We work exclusively with Ruger 2245s that are kind of tricked out, as you'll see as we go along, and we train them to be athletes. We're not a gun club, we're not a pistol club, we train athletes. And they travel all over the country, and they compete in major NRA bullseye competition.
And the sights they use?
Wouldn't use anything but high vis, as you'll see. And one of the things we're going to really emphasize is the use of high vis front sights as a co-witness for the dot sights. Since dots have become so popular, we want to show you that you can't get away from a good front sight.
Now, Jim, what benefit does this have for the kids? I know it's a great organization. Just tell our viewers a little bit about that.
It's a discipline thing. You're looking at straight A students back there, in fact, straight A students plus. And multi-talented. They don't do just one thing, they do multiple things. Music is a big part of it, dance is a big part of it. And so being focused, well-trained, well-focused, and enjoying the competition, and be able really to go out and defeat adults in their own game.
Now, looking at this, I can't dance, I can't sing, and I'm about a C student. Would I have a chance in the academy?
I don't think so.
Hope you guys enjoyed this week's Kids Corner. Now back to the hunt. Day 2 started off really cold. Mother Nature kept the deep freeze on, but our hopes were sky high for a hot hunt. We were joined today by Brad Heidel of Pheasants Forever, and we met the rest of our crew while we talked strategy. We had a larger team, more dogs, and huge expectations. Our first hunt of the morning took us to a farm with a large shelter belt. This was where the birds were roosted, and it was going to be wild.
Look at them all, look at them all. This is chaos.
Hen! Rooster! Come on, dogs. Yep. Hold. Drop. Hunt them up, Pick. Let's go. Gosh, are there the bird tracks in here? This is crazy. Bradley, get any yet? 2. Don't miss. Hunt them up, Pick.
I don't.
This is nuts. If you guys have never experienced classic South Dakota, you need to. Pick. Rooster! Nice shot! Good girl! Atta dog, come here! Come here, you cleaning the field for us? Come here! Atta girl! We hit this field and we got the classic South Dakota hunt. After we flushed through the whole shelter belt, we went back and picked up the remaining birds that were still on the ground. That was nice. How many did we get?
We're going to count them into the box.
All right, let's go do a bird count. Coming up on Sporting Dog Adventures, more high-flying action from the home of the world's largest rooster pheasant. We like you, so like us on Facebook and then follow us on Twitter. You'll have a chance to win some great prizes from our sponsors. You can even get a chance to win a puppy from Soggy Acres Retrievers. Right, buddy? This product review is brought to you by The Outdoor Hub. I always thought I had the perfect complement as an alarm to go along with my gun safe. But at times, my alarm was lying down on the job. At other times, my alarm was along with me on the road. What I did was team up with Liberty Safe and their new Safe Alert product. The unit mounts easily in the safe, and you're notified by email or text message if any of the following occurs. If there's any movement or vibration, which could entail someone trying to steal your safe or cut the door open, you're notified. When the door is opened and closed, which for me personally is really important having kids, you're notified. If the temperature in your safe or humidity level is compromised due to a fire or your dehumidifier breaking in your safe, you'll be notified. Safe Alert is $199 and the monitoring is $34.95 a month. This is a 24-hour monitoring system that checks for a Wi-Fi connection once an hour. The best part about it, it works in any gun safe on the market. This is the best security device on the market to catch them in the act. Go to libertysafe.com to check out the Safe Alert 24-hour monitoring system. After we found all the downed birds, the dogs got a much-needed break. The tail feathers were plentiful as we counted up our birds and headed back out to try to finish up the day. We're hunting another fence row here. It's a big windbreak. It's got a bunch of big trees. We got cedars on the other side that are newer trees they planted. We saw at least 30 or 40 birds running in there already, so this should get pretty chaotic. We've got our blockers. We're waiting for them to get down there, and then we're going to push through with about 4 dogs. We got to pick up, I believe, 9 birds until we're full, and then at that point, we're done for the day. The classic South Dakota hunt. Hunt for a couple hours, get into the birds, get done early. So hope you guys enjoy this part of the show. Let's go, hunt them out, girls. Dun, 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 dun.
Rooster! What happened there, boys? Nice shot, Jeff.
Thanks, sir. It's always interesting how when the hunting is good, the weather doesn't seem to faze anyone. As the birds hit the air, the hunters and dogs completely forgot how cold it was.
Nice shot! Rooster! Rooster! Is it or no? Nice job, dog.
He's got a frozen foot.
Must be, yeah.
Yeah, it's real solid. No, that is.
Triple up somehow.
Yeah, that is crazy.
Still,
I guess.
Still tried to outrun the dog.
Yeah, is that the one that was over here running? That is nuts, yeah.
Yeah.
Here comes a rabbit right for us. It's a little guy.
South Dakota is known for its phenomenal pheasant hunting. The Huron region, named the Ringneck Nation, didn't disappoint our crew. Despite the challenging weather, the dogs of Soggy Acres Retrievers performed awesome throughout our stay. Stay tuned for more pheasant action from the Ringneck Nation later this season. Next week on Sporting Dog Adventures, we travel to Kansas for a memorable deer hunt. Tune in for big racks, shed hunting, and some high-flying, arrow-flinging action next week on Sporting Dog Adventures. Closed captioning is brought to you by Hadel's Game Calls.
If you're looking for a puppy,
contact Soggy Acres Retrievers.
Go to soggyacres.com.
Tradition here at the Hoffer residence, when you hunt, you gotta sign the bus. So we're gonna do our official bus signing. And what day is today? 21, the end of the world.
The end of the world. Everything you need is here under the sun.